Hello, everyone. This is Ben Wilkoff, and I'd love to welcome all of you. Those of you who are in the Open Online Experience MOOC, those of you who are taking part in the Connected Educator Month, and those of you who are just regular open spokers that are part of the Fellowship of Open Spokes. I'd like to welcome you by talking a little bit about the ways in which I am open and I am connected, and the ways in which I think we can do it even more. So one of the biggest ways in which I feel open is when I create something, my first instinct is who to share it with. So in the process of creating a new document or a new idea or in fashioning something, my first instinct isn't to create the thing, but rather to think about its audience. To think about who is it that I will share with and who is it that I will collaborate with to make it better, because I know that my ideas are not going to be the ones that make it truly great, and my ideas are not going to be the ones that end up making it happen in the end. So I think having that collaborative instinct, that openness instinct, is where I start as a default. And then I think about, well, where am I sharing that thing? When I'm creating something, and usually it's a document of some kind, or it is some sort of idea. It's like the very beginnings of a concept. And I think about, where do I share it? So if I have something that might be of value to somebody, I think about those different communities that I'm a part of, whether it's on Google+, which I turn to increasingly more and more because those communities are really well defined, and I can go to the Google Apps community if it's something about Google Apps, where I can think about it in terms of any of the many pedagogical kinds of communities or curriculum kinds of communities that are around, blended and personalized learning, or thinking about the different elements, right? And so I share within those communities, or I think about, how do I open this up to an even broader set? So I think about the email communities that I'm a part of, right? There are these groups of people that I will generally go to when I have a question or an idea or something. And I think about them as an audience. Am I crafting this for them, or am I crafting it for myself? And there are very few things nowadays that I craft for myself, because I almost don't see the point. Unless it's like a shopping list or something like that, the ways in which I am open and connected are through the process of creation. And so I guess if I was giving advice to a new connected educator or someone who is exploring this, is whether you have created something or on the process of creation, whether you are a classroom teacher or you're an administrator or someone else that is working in teaching and learning somehow, when you are faced with a new idea, rather than trying to build out that idea yourself, trusting that there is someone else out there that is going to help you, and that your instinct for sharing is going to pay huge dividends. And I guess I'd like to end the welcome with a story. So in 2007, I was teaching 7th and 8th grade English, and I started to craft what I thought was a good idea, a school within a school, around the idea of both inquiry and looking at it from sort of a 21st century perspective, where we're really focusing in on critical thinking, and we're actually tackling a lot of real problems. And I said, well, this is an idea that is going to be better if I not only source it from a number of different places. So I looked at the Science Leadership Academy, and I looked at a number of different sort of research pieces around, what works, not only using technology, but how do you incorporate these sort of higher order thinking skills. And in doing that, I was able to ask the other 3 members of my team at my school to help me craft it. And in doing that, we created a lot of buy-in that way. But not only did that happen, and we created the school, and we're able to find funding for laptops and things like that, but out of that collaboration, almost the entirety of my experience, so every sort of career path and move has come out of that one decision to not hold it within myself and to not create that school within a school that was my school, but one that was our school. So I guess I would say thank you to everyone who has taken part in my journey as an open educator and who has taken a few of those early ideas and allowed me to collaborate again and again with you as a part of a community. To those of you who are open spokers, it's good to see you again. To those of you who are taking part in the OOC, I look forward to learning with you. And to those of you who are just connected educators who are exploring throughout the month, welcome, and I'm excited for the journey that lies ahead.